dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching her, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring up in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's punted out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Touchdown, Giants!
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go play action. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. These two teams all tied after one. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing, Jones. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room. It translated into a big play to put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this belongs to the Vikings.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now 21-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
This will be fielded at the 17.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And this is caught. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
Cook diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. He's got a man. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 35. On play action, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They begin with a run by Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. This one to Slayton over the middle. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Jones, throwing on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that end up watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life. I mean, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the third quarter with Cook.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Cousins now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion, left Shepard. They'll go to Barkley again. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run with Barkley. And some room to roam now. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 31 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gano the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
first down carry for Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shepard will go in motion right. On 2nd and 9. Jones, he'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. In motion comes the tight end left. On 3rd down, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Cousins here to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on those high-end sports cars. It's the top gear you can get into. This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.